So next up, I'm delighted to say we're going to go to, and we're going to be joining Martin Limbeck. And his presentation is NO, or no is short, not for no, but for next opportunity. How do top sales professionals think? And Martin supports companies worldwide in building and restructuring their sales organization. He is the top sales trainer, a world-renowned keynote speaker. Wow, what a lineup we have for you today, who's been honored with numerous awards. And Martin, are you there? We're so honored to have you with us today as part of this showcase. How are you doing, Martin?
You hear me?
Lovely to see you. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Yeah, that's the extent of the German. I was just showing off then, I think. And we are doing this in English. You're looking delightful there. How are things with you in Germany?
Yeah, we're doing good. Like everybody, we have a different time, and like the title of my presentation is No Short for Next Opportunity. It is like it is, and so we try to do the best out of it. And since I'm a sales guy, we're on the phone calling clients and try to sell them something, or just give them a good ear so that they see that we present, that we are there. And when it starts again, that they know we are not we're under the table. We showed up and gave them a good feeling, at least.
Indeed. So you've kept at it. It's lovely to have your company. And obviously, please post your questions in for Martin.
So what do I find out? We have 4 critical factors of success. And I would like to talk a little bit with you about these 4 critical factors. What is this? In my opinion, we need people, and we need people with the right attitude. Attitude is the first thing what we really need. And the second thing, we need the right strategy or method when we operating in the market. And I needed call your brand. So what is your brand? What you stand for? There are a lot of companies that have a brand. I think you as a sales lion, as a sales ape, as a sales guy or woman, you can make yourself as a brand to your customers too. And of course, you need at the end sales skills. And so I would like to offer you a couple ideas, what I think in these critical factors, it's important for you. The first thing is all about your attitude. Do me a little favor, go to the alphabet and put down on which number stands each word. The A is very easy, it's on 1. Find out the T. I give you a little bit time. The T is on 20. I is easy as on 9. And I found out who can do the T will always do the U2. It's on 21. Then we have a D and an E. And if you count everything together, then you're 100%. Then you are there with 100%. See, what I found out, the most people are afraid of cold calling. People are afraid to call customers because they could say no. And that was the idea of no is short for next opportunity. See, what I found out, the most people, and I worked in 30 countries in sales, they always have in their mind they could lose something and they are not on the side to win something. So if I don't lower the price, then I will lose the customer. If I don't give the customer something extra, I have to lose the price. And Jeff just said it with his great presentation service. I believe very much in it depends how you handle your customer, what you do on extra miles for your customers, and it starts always with the right attitude. When I go back to the 4 critical success factors, see, if you're good in handling objections, if you're good in your sales skills, but you don't have the right attitude because you are not, in the mood, or you are have the idea you could catch the no, and you're afraid about the no, you probably will never be successful. The same thing, you can have great strategies, you can have great methods in sales, but if you don't trust in yourself to use them, and for an example, when you're handling objection, a customer says you're too expensive, to say, yes, I know, I always hear that. You need the right attitude for that. So it starts always with handling the no and see it as a gift. Like Brian Tracy, one of the greatest trainers I have worked with, and he always has a very good phrase. if there comes a problem from a customer on the table, see it as a present. He believes very much in God, and he said, this is a present from God, and how big the problem is, God knows, you can handle it. See, and this is one thing about, in my opinion, believing is seeing. Believing is seeing. So what do you see in yourself? And our brain cannot distinguish what is real or what you are thinking. As a result, what we think will be our reality. All right? We only know since now 150 years that we have an unconsciously. We believe very much that is bigger than what we really see or what we can face to the customer. So, and for that it's very important that you're always in the mood and in the attitude and in your thinking, expect and handle for the best, and you become the best. See, when you have a good foundation that you know that a no is normal and not something critical, then it's very easy. What do you need for that? As an example, I will share 3 mantras from my side to you guys out there around the world. You heard about that. That is discipline. You need good discipline. He just passed away, but I was very lucky. 2010, I attended the first time where I met a lot of these nice gentlemen here and the ladies, the NSA, the National Speakers Association, so the good ones. And there I met Joachim de Posada. And Joachim de Posada, he was the guy, he gave the speech about the marshmallow. And he had this marshmallow example. Maybe you guys know that, what happened. They did studies with young kids, like 6 years old. They put them in a room, they put a marshmallow on the table, and then they said, if you can wait 5 minutes, you get the second one. You can Google that by YouTube. You really can see a couple of young kids there. One is leaking at the marshmallow, put it away. Then you see 2 brothers, right, twins. They put the head on the table and could wait. Then you see a really funny girl. She tried to get the inside out from the marshmallow. And the study was very interesting about this discipline stuff. What came out after 20, 25 years, today we are better in databases. Now we know that data is the new gold. But years ago, we didn't have that with the point of discipline. And what they found out was very easy. They did this study around with 1,500 kids, but they don't found everywhere later when there was 26, 27 again in the world, but they found around 600. And Joachim told me one day that he tried to restudy this again in Puerto Rico with a new university, but then he couldn't make it anymore. And they found out that the kids who are really could wait for 15 minutes usually had better, and that's what I liked about it, better relationships with others. They had a better income. They were better educated. And the most thing, what I liked, they had better, friendships and relationships with other people. I think that was a very interesting point. So how disciplined you are in sales. An example, see, people ask me over the years how it comes that other trainers, speakers in the market, in sales, you have more revenue, you have more clients. See, here's one tip. I call it $1 million tip. I do every day 3 cold calling with new clients and 3 cold callings with, I call it cuddle calls, where I cuddle my customers on the phone. And we get good stuff from Jeff about that too. So what are you doing on extra miles for your customers? So if we are realistic in Germany, we say we have 200 working days. You have holidays, you are in meetings, you're in fairs. Then you make, very easy to count, 1,200 callings more than others. See, my wife, she runs with me the company with 25 people in Germany. And we just said in this special time we have, I can't hear the word anymore, we have the feeling we work even more than before, and we worked before a lot already. But because we called a lot of customers, we showed up, we said, hey, what is going on with you? And of course, everybody had the same situation right now. How does it go further? What will happen with the economy? How will it work worldwide? Especially Germany is an export country. So, but the customers, they were happy that wow, they called me. What is about you? Because I had a lot of customers who said, what we do now is the trainings. Of course, some said we wait until it's over, and others said, all right, let's do it online like we do it here. And I believe nothing afterwards will be like before. And then again, we have no is short for next opportunity, because people now make their first meeting maybe before they fly to somebody or drive to somebody on the remote seller. So I found right away a new word, certified remote seller, make the program for that. I'm running that today too as an open seminar. So be creative, be disciplined, and work on your company and not only in your company. You know that the most entrepreneurs, like Nigel just said, the lions, they work always and, you know, try to fix something. But it's very important that you have the discipline to take yourself out of your company. I do that once a week. Fridays, I'm not working. Well, not means that I'm on holiday, but Fridays I have no meetings, I have no phone calls, I have no live sessions, I have a day for me. And then I can go out and read a book, do an online course, or I go to my team and do with them cold calling together. We call it a telephone party. We making calls together. I give them feedback, they give me feedback. You know, I work on the company, not in the company. For that, you really need the discipline, because you always can work, all right? So the next thing is, what is very important, what I believe in, and it's always hard when I talk in training about that point, is objects of value. Stand behind the price and payment. A lot of salespersons around the world tell me always, I have to give a discount so the customer feels good. And I say the opposite. See, my point is, if everybody is running in this direction, think you about that, why you should run in the different direction. Because there's only one point. The market is running over you, or you run the market. And I like the other phrase, that I make the standards in the market. So stay behind your price. When you call for your price, stay with it. Even if we have to do with buying centers, some people look at me and asking what kind of drugs that guy takes in Germany. See, mostly my clients are the sales officer, the CEO, the CSO, the owner, you know, the sales VIP. And then I ask them, when they ask for an order, do you having a buying center? Sure. So how can we agree that they don't call me? Some of them laughed and say, but they have to, because it's our rule. I said, okay, so how do I have to prepare the offer that your buying center says yes? And some clients say, all right, put in there 5% or give us something extra. They have to negotiate something. That's the rule of the company. They need 3 offers and all that stuff. You know all about that. So stay with that. Then Jeffrey said that. I love that, so I make it here very, very short. One of my second mantra is diligence. What are you doing on extra miles for your customer? What do, without asking them, how can you surprise them? For an example, I call it shovel first, collect second. I learned that in English in school when I was in America. So establish unique customer relationships and call them for the birthday. Here, one great tip. Today you make a contract with a customer, put it in your database 1 year later. In 1 year you call him at the same day, and then you say, hey, today we have a special day. And the customer will say, what is it? Today we have the first anniversary. And he will laugh, because he never gets a call like this. So think about unique customer relationships. Organize events with prospects and customers. Invite them, especially when it's going on again. Do it now online. So give him now value and good time outside. One thing very important, I see that always LinkedIn is one of the most important platforms for me in social media. Engage with your customer. When your big customers post something, like it, make a comment, so show your customer that you see them online also. A lot of people don't do that. They don't even have a good social selling profile. You can watch mine if you like on LinkedIn. Maybe you send me an invitation. We studied over 2 years and spent a lot of money in how can I make cold calling in social media. I use my acquisition tools in social selling. And when I do cold calling 10 CEOs, I get 8 requests. With 4, I talk, and with 2, I do probably business, because I know how to build trust in social. And one thing is engage with them. And Jeff already said that reciprocity, depth of gratitude. You see his candy box. We do a lot of those things too. In all my offers, I put a book in there. After a seminar, I send something as thank you to the customer for his trust. So do something, because you know the law of reciprocity. If you do somebody something good, I do somebody good. That's the idea of the shovel first, collect second. I learned that in America. My friend Rich in high school said, because in the summer I was, you know, cutting grass, and he said, how you make money in the winter time? And I said, I don't know. He said, I will introduce you in the snow shoveling business. So we went to Walmart. I bought a snow shovel, and then, like a German is, very polite, I would ring the bell and would ask if I'm allowed to shovel the snow. And he said, no, that's not how it works in America. I do it different. I said, oh, I'm interested how I do it different. And he said, very interesting, right? Shovel first, collect second. First do the job and then do that. And that was, Jeff already said, invest in your customers. That's very important. For an example, we have here a teddy bear is with our logo on there. If my clients, for an example, I hear that they have born a baby, we send that teddy, but we send it right to the baby and write, hey, for an example, Nigel has birthday today. Hey, Nigel, great that you are born. Besides your parents, here is your first buddy, your teddy. And we really get mails when people say, or even pictures like that is from a friend of mine, a colleague where I did that. And he said, my son is laying to your teddy. So no short for next opportunity. The third mantra, what you need is goals. Don't do any acquisition. Don't do anything every day without a goal. Ask you every day what you want to achieve today. When you call somebody, that means not that you always have to sell something, but if you call somebody, ask yourself, what will be at the end of the call from outcome from this call? Was it a cuddle call? You want to really show interest in how your customer feels right now? What is it what your customer maybe needs in the moment that he feels good? So do something what brings them up. And everybody of you guys know what our goals are, right? Concrete, you have a time measure. And if you say, for an example, I will do every day 6 calls, then you can measure, did I do every day 6 calls? So very important is master your sales pitch. That's the same thing when I ask people, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm a salesman. All right, which industry? Yeah, I sell kitchen. That's not a sales pitch. What kind of kitchen you sell? What is the special thing about you? Guys, you know that about the elevator pitch. So master your sales pitch. Stand by your price. For that, you need no short for next opportunity, because when you're not afraid to lose the job, then you can stand with your price and learn to handle objections. Here, one of the best answers for the objection, the customer says, your competitors are cheaper. They have to. And then shut up and wait. They have to. For an example, that's the shortest handling objection thing. See, I did with a lot of people in the last few weeks, a lot of online seminars, and anytime by cold calling, by negotiation, when it comes to objections, and they are normal, don't be afraid about objections, they are afraid to lose the customer. So that's the idea of no short for next opportunity again. Don't think about losing, think about winning. So I think it's very important what you see in yourself. So what you see in yourself. And I love Nigel for that. Do you see in yourself this, or do you see this? Do you, when you in the morning get up, some people only get up because they have to go to the toilet. But if you go up and look at that mirror, then see a lion who really loves to hunt now and go out and get the customer. Thank you very much for having me today from Germany here. I'm very proud with such a nice colleagues to run this here. And thank you for the good moderation. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, Martin. Lovely to have you here. Now, I know obviously when you're working with clients, when you've spoken at conferences, you delve so much deeper than that, don't you? That you go out of your way to understand the organisation and actually set realistic goals, because when it comes to selling, it's such a hit and miss set of practices, isn't it? But you're determined that you can help any client according to their circumstances because you set them realistic goals. Is that fair to say?
It's very important that you think. What I learned in America from my friends around the world is making your big pictures, because how bigger the picture is, that easier you can follow the goal. But of course, if I start my business right now and I say at the beginning, for example, I'm a new speaker and I want a very higher fee, like the top 10 in the market, that's probably not realistic. But if you say, all right, I want to be a little bit already over the average what the market gives because I prepare good, I have good content, then it's fine. And then you can move up. So like we always say, you know that phrase, there is no elevator to success, there are the steps. So do it step by step. But see at the end the big picture. Maybe in 5 years, I'm the most famous speaker like Nigel about the zoo.
Indeed. And Martin, something you mentioned was about the social media side, in particular LinkedIn, because I know it really irritates people when they get a connection from somebody and then the next message they get is someone coming in with a hard sale, and then it kind of diminishes that trust. So how can you use like tools like LinkedIn and other social media tools?
See, there are a lot of people out there. There's a tip: don't tell anybody you got that from me. The app is called Lusha, L-U-S-H, Lusha, and an A, Lusha. You can Google it. You can connect that with LinkedIn. And if I go on your profile and you left somewhere in the internet your phone number, I get it. Out of 10 profiles, I get out 7 numbers. So see, what's very important, there are agents out there, they make acquisition to me too and make me offer that they do it automatically. I believe if you want to pitch CEOs, CSOs, high-level people, you have to do it by hand. You have to build trust. For an example, if I see somebody is in the Harvard Business Group, for an example, and he's a CEO, or maybe he posts something about his company, then I write him, hey, very interesting article you wrote about your company, and I saw we are both together in Harvard Business Review. Did you see the last post? I found that very interesting. What is your opinion? So find something what you can hook on with him, and then sometimes before I call him for a call to sell something, it can be 6 months, 9 months, a year.
Martin, thank you very much. I think that's wise words there. So lovely to have you. Give our love to Germany. There you go. Some honest, straightforward advice there. Well, next up, we're going to Australia. How exciting is this? Now, the reason I didn't say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, just a straightforward hello, is that you never know what time of the world in the world the next person's going to be. But I know it's getting late there. So